Thank you for providing the quorum. The agenda for today's public hearing are the following Senate Bill. Senate Bill 2054 by Senator Tulfo, an act repealing Republic Act number 8485 as amended by Republic Act number 1063, providing this purpose the revised Animal Welfare Act of the Philippines and creating for the purpose the Animal Welfare Bureau under the Department of Agriculture to institutionalize and strengthen the implementation of the animal welfare and govern its operation and enforcement. Another is Senate Bill 2458 by Senators Poe, Binay, and Villanueva, an act strengthening animal welfare standards, enacting a revised Animal Welfare Act, thereby repealing Republic Act number 8485 as amended by Republic Act number 10631, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes. I wish to call my Chief our
Committee Secretary.
COMSEC to acknowledge the presence of our resource persons.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Good morning, Senator Poe. With us in this hearing are the following. From the Bureau of Agriculture, Bureau of Animal Industry, Assistant Secretary for Swine and Poultry and OIC Director of the Bureau of Animal Industry, represented by Dr. Oscar Cabanayan. From the NMIS, National Meat Inspection Service, we have Dr. January M. Nones. From the Department of Health, Dr. Kim Patrick Tejano. From the Food and Drug Administration, we have Dr. Oscar G. Gutierrez Jr. From the Philippine Veterinary Medical Association, we have Dr. Arnel Amurao. From the Philippine Veterinary Drug Association, we have Dr. Perse Ryan Occidental. From the Philippine Animal Welfare Society, represented by Carla May Puzon. From the Biaya Animal Care CEO and co-founder, Marina Rosa P. Ortiz. From the Animal Kingdom Foundation, the President, Attorney Heidi Kagiwa. From the Potion Project, represented by Karen Toyoshima. From the Cara Welfare Philippines, President, Ms. Nancy H. Ko Onjing. We have also observers, Madam Chair, who are members, companions of the ones we have at the table. Ms. Katrina Gomez Chua, Cats of Ortigas. We have Alred Pacetes from the Save Animals of Love and Light, President and Founder. We have Ms. Marta S. Herrera Subido, Animal Welfare Advocate, Capon Ampon. Dr. Mars Angelo Visco, Stray Neuter Project. Beef Homes Animal Welfare Advocates, represented by Catherine Denise C. Fernandez. Animal Empathy Philippines, co-founder and executive director, Ms. Kate Verdalin Lupanco, with Marifel Geronimo. League of Animal Welfare Organizations of the Philippines, the Senior Animal Welfare Advocate, Mr. Norman Marquez. That's all. From the Philippine Animal Hospital Association, PAHA, Dr. Juvie Gulinao. That's all, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. The Animal Welfare Act of 1998, amended by RA 10631, aims to protect animals from abuse and maltreatment. In these rules and regulations, 5 basic freedoms for animals have been identified: freedom from hunger and thirst, freedom from discomfort, freedom from pain, injury, or disease, freedom to express normal behavior, and freedom from fear and distress. The main problem that our country faces with regards to animal are stray and neglect, with countless dogs and cats left to fend for themselves, often succumbing to hunger, disease, or accidents, overpopulation, the lack of education in terms of animal welfare, and responsible pet ownership. Another issue is the trading and eating of dog meat. According to the proposed bill, there is a need to amend the law on animal welfare and effectively enforcing the same. The Philippines has in 2022 reported that there are around 13 million stray dogs and cats. Stray animals are mainly a human health hazard because of the spread of diseases such as rabies, leptospirosis, and other parasites. Strays and rescued dogs that are put in animal shelters and are not adopted or claimed after a week are often put to sleep due to lack of space and resources at local pounds. Accordingly, animal homelessness has reached a crisis point in as countless dogs and cats are euthanized every month in municipal pounds after given a week and no one claims for them. Under the local government code, LGUs have the power to impound stray animals and regulate the keeping of animals in homes or as part of a business. NGOs and some LGUs conduct free capon or spay, ligate, and neuter activities, including their anti-rabies shots and adoption drives. There have been calls from animal advocates that there must be increased public awareness on animal welfare and responsible pet ownership. Educational campaigns can help shift cultural perception and encourage empathy towards animals. Under Republic Act number 8485, as amended by RA 10631 or the Animal Welfare Act, the Bureau of Animal Industry is tasked to supervise the implementation of the law and its rules and regulation. Right now, BAI is a staff bureau, kaya wala siyang masyadong power. But we are amending the Livestock, Poultry, and Dairy Department Bureau, and it is now in the period of amendment, and we hope to pass it next week. And in that law, we are dividing the animal industry. Kasi dati puro regulatory, walang developmental. So we are making changes. The Bureau of Animal Industry would become purely developmental, and the NMIS, National Meat Inspection Service, will be turned into a bureau and will become the Bureau of Animal Regulation and Inspection, which is BARI. So we're dividing the developmental from the regulatory. Kasi napansin namin, puro regulatory, walang developmental. Kaya nung magkaroon ng ASF ang ating hog raisers, laking problema and laki-laking losses for the mga involved in hog raising. So we decided to repeal the law and ibigay ang isang department, yung NMIS will become a bureau and becomes the Bureau of Animal Regulation and Inspection, which is BARI. And then the Bureau of Animal Industry will become a developmental bureau. And of course, we have the government corporation, National Dairy Authority and Philippine Carabao Center for Dairy. So we have 4 bureaus now, 2 bureaus and 2 government corporation. Now, under this law, yung animal welfare will fall under the Bureau of Animal Regulation and Inspection. Under the Livestock and Poultry Inspection Service, we will have the Animal Disease Control Section, the Veterinary Epidemiology Section, the Animal Facilities Regulation Section, dito yon, pabasa din dito. The Animal Information Advocacy Services, dito pupunta yon. The Animal African Swine Fever Prevention and Control Program Operations Unit, that's different. And the Animal Welfare Policy Unit. Yung tatlo na yon ang mai-involve sa inyo. The Animal Facilities Regulation, the Animal Information Advocacy, and the Animal Welfare Policy Unit. So, ako, I'm not in favor of creating bureaus kasi pupunta lang sa overhead eh. Ang laki-laki ng budget, pupunta lang sa overhead, hindi makakaserve sa mga tao. So, I'm more of giving budget to the Bureau of Animal Regulation and Inspection Service, give additional budget for animal welfare. Oo, dito. Para yung gagastusin natin sa overhead, dalhin na lang natin sa program. Mas makikinabang kayo. So, this existing legislation criminalizes various forms of animal cruelty such as maltreatment, negligence, and abandonment. However, despite the existence of this law, there are still individuals who evade appropriate punishment for their acts of animal abuse and cruelty. Animal cruelty remains an ongoing problem that impacts vulnerable animals that are unable to protect themselves. The Senate bill of Senators Poe, Binay, and Villanueva seeks to repeal RA 8485 as amended by RA 10631 to fortify the animal provisions of the law and to create an Animal Welfare Bureau, which or Animal Welfare Section. It aims to strengthen the country's animal welfare standard, policies, rules, and regulation, implementation, and employment. So, with that, we will hear now the opinion of the Bureau of Animal Industry. Although under the revised law, it will be under the Bureau of Animal Regulation and Inspection. And then we will hear from the representative of local government, and we will hear from the private sectors and NGOs who are here to share and give their comments. But before we start, I wish to acknowledge Senator Grace Poe for her opening statement.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Madam Chairperson, I would like to personally thank you for scheduling a hearing on the topic of animal welfare. Alam niyo si Senator Cynthia, napakalawak ng kanyang binabantayan ang sektor ng agrikultura. And as you know, this is a very crucial concern for our country. So I thank her for the time that she has allotted, especially for animal welfare. There are two advocacies closest to my heart. The welfare of children and the welfare of animals, parehong hindi butante pero napakahalaga sa atin. Despite animals' worth and value to human society, many animals are neglected, deliberately abandoned, starved to death in animal pounds, or fall victim to animal cruelty. On the other hand, some irresponsible pet owners have permitted their unvaccinated pets to cause nuisance, fear, or harm to their communities. One of the issues that has been the cause and effect of this maltreatment is the overpopulation of homeless animals. According to the Mars Pet Care Pet Homelessness Project report, there are a total of 13.11 million stray cats and dogs in the Philippines today. Because Strays lack proper care or vaccinations. Rabies is most common in countries where stray dogs are present in large numbers. The Philippines is in fact ranked sixth among countries with the highest rabies incidence in the world. An important question, just last month, Jamaica star Seraspe, a 13-year-old girl from Tondo, died after contracting rabies from a dog bite she got months before. This could have been prevented. An important question to ask, therefore, is whether we have sufficient animal welfare programs in place and whether our communities, especially in rural areas, have adequate access to quality veterinary healthcare services. On the national level, the responsibility of ensuring animal welfare falls under the purview of the Bureau of Animal Industry, or BAI, a staff bureau of the Department of Agriculture. However, we know this is underfunded and understaffed. Under Republic Act 7160, or the Local Government Code, the delivery of veterinary services to communities has been devolved to LGUs. However, the Local Government Code mandates that only provinces and cities should have their own veterinary officer. Hence, there is a reported shortage of veterinary personnel in smaller municipalities, and even cities that have veterinarians have to contend with inadequate resources. Ideally, the Department of Agriculture should be able to train and deputize animal welfare enforcement officers from the communities, the police, for law enforcement, and members of animal welfare organizations, such as those present here today, so that issues can be immediately taken care of at the barangay level in an effective but humane manner. In light of these matters, I introduced Senate Bill number 2458, which seeks to improve the capacity of the Department of Agriculture in addressing animal welfare issues through a proper bureau which would be given sufficient budget and permanent personnel. It will firmly establish standards geared towards engendering responsible pet ownership, as well as ethical behavior and accountability from all those who have control over or provide care to animals. As such, the bill has more stringent penalties for violations of the Act, but also, more importantly, funding. Perhaps this bill can spark a discussion whose time has come. With the help of all stakeholders, I'm sure we can come up with a law enabling a creation of society where we can coexist harmoniously. I would like to personally thank our selfless advocates, the closest to true human altruism, spending your own time and money with little or no government support. I think it's high time that you be supportive and listened to. We in the legislative sector, we're not perfect. We don't know all the details, but you have lived through this. You're continuing to provide support. So your insights are valuable. You can tell us, no, this section will not work because A, B, and C. This is our experience on the ground. So help us craft a law that is truly pragmatic, that is truly something that can address the challenges that you are facing here today. Again, ma'am, thank you very much for your time. I know you've been really busy, and to all of you present here for your tireless efforts to protect our pets, of course, and animals in general. Thank you, ma'am.
City of Las Piñas. That's why every quarter I do Libreng Kapon and Ligate. And I want to recognize the Philippine Veterinary Medical Association for partnering with me every quarter. They provide the labor because they're the doctors, and I provide the medicine, and we do it every quarter in Las Piñas and Bacoor, because there are plenty of stray dogs around, and I'm afraid that they will bite the people. Alam nyo, ang problema natin, marami tayong mahihirap. And then, nanganak ng marami yung kanilang mga dogs and cats. Sabi, a cat is capable of bringing forth 12 cats in a year. And yung dog daw, mga 4. Oo. So, pag mahirap at nanganak yung cat nila ng 12 at yung dog nila 4, ano naman ipapakain nila doon? So, they become stray dogs. And they're all around. And yung mga bata naman, pag kinagat ng stray dogs, hindi sinasabi sa parents kasi natatakot, papagalitan sila. But you know that if they don't tell their parents, hindi sila maa-anti-rabies, mamamatay sila. So that's our problem. So dapat para ring mga tao, we do population control. Especially for the poor kasi they won't have money to feed the dogs and cats born out of their dogs and cats. That's why we have this free. And I know one of our attendees here, Miss Marina Ortiz, is also doing this advocacy for the family and spending a lot of money for this. So I hope that with this hearing and with our yung aming law on livestock, poultry, and dairy, we are organizing the department or other, it's headed by a USEC. We will divide it by 4. The BAI, the Bureau of Animal Industry for Developmental, the Bureau of Animal Regulation and Inspection for regulatory, and of course the NDA and the PCC for dairy. Kasi malaki rin ang problema natin sa dairy. We only produce 1% of our milk demand and 99% are imported. And if they are imported, then yung mga poor children cannot drink milk anymore. So, malas na, mahirap na, hindi pa naka-drink ng milk, hindi, lalo silang maghihirap in the future because hindi madi-develop physically and mentally. Kaya we're solving this problem. That's why we're reorganizing the livestock, poultry, and dairy industry. And your advocacy will fall under the Bureau of Animal Regulation and Inspection. And I promise you that we will give them budget. Kasi under our bill, yung tariff on imported livestock, poultry, and dairy will be given back to them to be spent. And that is around 7.8 billion a year. Oo. So, mas marami na silang budget. And dati po ang budget ng livestock, poultry, and dairy, 2 billion a year. But they contribute 33% of our agricultural products. Ang pinakamalaki po is plant, yung rice and corn and coconut and so forth. They contribute 53% of agriculture. And next po itong livestock, poultry, and dairy, 33%. And the next one is fisheries, 15%. Pero mas malaki po ang budget ng fisheries kesa sa dairy. Napansin ko po yun and I'm shocked. Kasi itong livestock, poultry, and dairy, predominantly private sector led. So kahit na konti ang budget, successful din. Kaya lang nung magkaroon sila ng ASF, medyo nalugi lahat yung mga involved in livestock. Kaya we're trying to help them. So just like what we did to rice, we are giving all the tariff on imported rice to the local rice farmer. We will be giving back all the tariff on imported livestock, poultry, and dairy to the livestock, poultry, and industry so that they don't have to rely on the GAA, yung pinapas na kongreso na budget. This is automatic. So iba pa yung GAA, iba pa to. So I hope that this will help further your advocacy on taking care of our animals. So we now go to the mga sasabihin ng ating mga government agencies. Will start with the Bureau of Animal Industry. Sila yung may representative dito. Although ililipat natin sa NMIS yung regulatory function nyo. But maybe you have an opinion on how this will be handled, this animal welfare.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, everyone. So for the Bureau of Animal Industry, a staff bureau under the Department of Agriculture is mandated to implement two important laws governing animals in the Philippines, stray animals included. First is the Republic Act 9482, otherwise known as the Anti-Rabies Act of 2007, which provides for the control, prevention of the spread, and eventual eradication of animal and human rabies. At the same time appropriating funds, therefore, and RA 8485, or the Animal Welfare Act of 1998, as amended by RA 10631 and its revised implementing rules and regulation. Republic Act 8485, otherwise known as the Animal Welfare Act of 1998, was promulgated on February 11, 1998, with the aim of protecting and promoting the welfare of all animals in the Philippines. It was amended by RA 10631 on October 3, 2013, and the revised implementing rules and regulation released 10 days after. It includes, but is not limited to, the avoidance of abuse, maltreatment, cruelty, and exploitation of animals by humans by maintaining appropriate standards of accommodations, feeding and general care, the prevention and treatment of disease, and assurance of freedom from fear, distress, harassment, and unnecessary discomfort and pain, and allowing animals to express normal behavior. Animal welfare is a globally accepted and practiced concept that cuts across all industries, from food animals, pigs, cattle, goats, and poultry, to companion animals, including wild and exotic species. It is steadily gaining traction as better understanding leads to economic growth and improvements in public health. The World Organization for Animal Health, or WOA, the veterinary counterpart of the World Health Organization, stated that animal welfare is closely linked to animal health, the health and well-being of people, and sustainability of socioeconomic and ecologic systems. Hence, it is an integral part or component towards our goal of food security, food safety, public health, and public safety. The Bureau of Animal Industry and the Animal Welfare Programs was founded upon the global concept of four strategic pillars of
Madam
WOA.
Chair, may I interrupt?
Yes.
We appreciate this, but what you're reading us is just really your motherhood statement. Tell me exactly what you're doing now for animals.
For now po, under po ng current staffing pattern po ng Bureau of Animal Industry, so under po siya yung may animal welfare unit po kami and yung animal information and advocacy section. So as per the sa animal welfare, so pasok po dun yung sa section 2 yung sa mandatory registration of animal facilities. Number 2 po is yung ating pong ongoing advocacy for animal welfare. Kasama po dyan yung partly po yung pag nagko-conduct po tayo ng mga programs in connection po in collaboration po with other NGOs.
Teka muna, so may budget ba kayo? Kunyari, kailangan magpabakuna yung mga aso, yung
For sa
anti-rabies,
sa
mga ganyan.
anti-rabies po, ma'am, for sa ngayon pong 2024, we were allotted po 10 million pesos for
Kanino nyo na 2024, na-download na ba sa inyo yon yung 10 million?
Yes, sa ano po yun, within DA po yun na budget po.
Ano?
Within DA po na budget po yun.
Within DA?
Po. Na-download na po for procurement po yun ng rabies vaccine. Ma'am?
Ma'am, you might.
Saan po?
Gawa yung anti-rabies. How do you divide it all over the Philippines?
Yun po, depende pa sa ngayon po, depende po sa kung alin po yung mga areas po na may matataas na cases. Doon po natin sila ibibigay po.
Nag-umpisa na kayo?
For now po, wala pa po. Hindi
Kailan
pa po.
kayo mag-uumpisa?
Once po na ma-procure na po kasi
Kailan yon?
We are waiting po, ma'am, wala pa pong na-advise sa amin.
Oy, bigyan mo nga ako ng pangalan sa TA na pwedeng tawagan. Sino?
Yes. Ma'am, Actually po, I'm not aware, ma'am.
Wala.
Po. Apo,
Sino
not
in
aware, ma'am.
charge ng section na yun?
Wala. Ida-download. Asan na po na sa central?
Mama, kahit sila nalilito na rin di ba? Hindi na nila alam. So, ganun ka hindi effective yung ating sistema. Hindi nga natin kayo nga mismo hindi nyo alam sinong lalapitan ninyo di ba, for that.
Sino
So,
ba in charge niya?
oo.
Section na yan. May section eh.
Yes, ma'am. Si Dr. Sheng Ordinario po.
Ordinaryo.
Yes, apo.
Ano
Okay.
ang position niya?
Anong position?
Section head po nung sa Animal Welfare Unit.
Okay, ganito. In the past, meron bang nabigay na pera for anti-rabies?
For anti-rabies. For the past 2 to 3 years po, wala pong
So first time,
ulit po, bumalik po ulit na
tingnan mo,
magkaroon.
dapat lang pala mag-ingay tayo, ano? So 10 million. Pero dadagdagan yan ni Senator Cynthia.
Thank you very much po.
Okay.
Yan po.
Sige na, okay na yan.
Thank you.
Sino naman next?
Yung yung NMIS kasi sila magte-take over from you kasi ang department, yung Bureau of Animal Industry will become developmental, they will become the regulatory. So sa kanila ma-under to.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So good morning, everyone. In light of the two bills focusing on the animal welfare amendments and additional inputs, I would like to emphasize, because we already had the first reading of the Senate Bill 2558 last week, Madam Chair. So with the changes of the name to Bureau of Animal Regulation and Inspection from our first proposed organogram. So I would like to emphasize regarding consideration of the other functions of NMIS that was missed out on this new organizational structure. So, sir, bill the consideration and highlighting also the program for the animal welfare that was presented in the two bills by Senator Grace Poe and Senator Tulfo. So with that, we will work together with the group of Senator Villar to efficiently incorporate the functions or the proposal. We cover livestock and poultry.
Ito under dogs and cats, under livestock.
For the National Meat Inspection Service, our mandate for now that covers animal welfare is the animal welfare for food animals. So that's the original mandate of NMIS. With the proposal of the livestock bill, this would be incorporated. Yes, this would all the animal species was incorporated on this bureau. So what will be stated would be there would be a unit that would be focusing on animal welfare policies as mentioned by Madam Chair, wherein all your proposals would be under.
Ma'am, parang hindi yata maganda na nasa ilalim ng National Meat Inspection.
It would be
Yes, please rename. Hindi lang sila meat.
National Animal Regulation and Inspection. One is livestock, poultry, and veterinary drug and product importation regulation service. Another one is livestock and poultry inspection service. And then next one is animal feed, veterinary drug, and biologic control service. Ito sa drugs to yung isa sa developmental. Yung inyo, yung animal welfare will form under the third section. Tatlo lang section.
Under what main?
Livestock and poultry inspection service.
so
And under that, animal disease control, veterinary epidemiology, tapos yung tatlo annual welfare, and diseases na yung isa.
For consideration of Madam Chair and Madam Senator, maybe the concern of Senator Grace po is the name of the Livestock and Poultry
Yeah,
Inspection Service. So
Oh.
we'll work together po with our
At
with the
tapos
group.
ito ang report nila. Out of the provision of the Livestock, Poultry and Dairy Law, 15% goes to animal health and welfare or 1.17 billion. Oo. And the
Maganda yung
sharing-
1.1 billion. Pero ma'am, mag-isip kayo ng ibang pangalan ha. Kasi
sharing of offices concerned the animal health and welfare. Dito, yung office nyo will get 210 million annually. Yung office ng animal welfare. Out of the 117 billion, they will get 210 million. This is just for the livestock, poultry, and dairy tarification. Meron pa silang budget under GAA. This is in addition. Hindi tatanggalin yung budget under GAA. Dadagdagan lang. This is in addition. So you can have budget pa sa GAA.
I guess ma'am, the question will be who will be handling the money for the programs for, let's say, animals in particular. Kasi pag nasa isa, I mean, I understand we don't want to create another agency, another bureau because of administrative concerns and fees, but to lump it under the National Meat Inspection kasi livestock, parang sinasabi natin pagkain yung ibang mga animals, baka magkalituhan lang. So, ayokong iwanan sa implementing rules and regulations. Dapat nasa batas na para hindi magulo. So, ma'am, can we ask Attorney Heidi Kagiwa? Kasi
Yeah.
baka may suggestion ka.
We
Um, Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Senator Grace po. We appreciate the change that's being created now under that Livestock Act. And we also appreciate that animal welfare is being given the much needed fund after so many years. Yes, the great concern there is putting animal welfare in one livestock agency or category. It is the vision of animal welfare advocates to have a separate entity or group or even a division to really focus on
It's a
animal
section
welfare
of the
or section.
a section, there will be a section. In fact, there are 3 sections. Sabi ko pag sama-samahin na lang yung kasi confusing yung tatlo eh.
Yes.
One section na lang. And that will divide it in, pag pinagsama yon, 4 na lang ang section. And animal welfare is 1 section.
Yes, ma'am. Maybe it's going to be a matter of nomenclature or title later, but definitely we would want an animal welfare section
Together.
I mean, not under livestock or I don't know,
No,
but
it's
besides it's going to
different.
be so.
Ma'am,
It's
I think
just that that industry is livestock, poultry, and dairy. 3 lang yon eh. Hindi ka naman pwede sa poultry, hindi naman kayo poultry, hindi naman kayo dairy. Ang logical sa inyo would be livestock kasi mas may variety yung livestock. But it doesn't follow na kayo under yung mga iba yung animal welfare, iba kayo.
Yes.
But under that, kasi 3 lang yung yung bureau, yung yung parang nagmamanage ng livestock, poultry, and dairy. Isang a section of the Department of Agriculture. It's 1/3 of the Department of Agriculture. But it's divided into livestock, poultry, and dairy. And we cannot change that. Otherwise, magulo yung ating government. Gagawa na lang namin kayo ng section under livestock.
If I may add,
ma'am,
Ms. Chair, Madam Chair.
after you, ma'am, can we hear Ms. Ortiz also, your concern? Okay, you first.
Because the truth is, yes, animal welfare is not just dogs and cats. There's also animal welfare involved in farm production or animal, and of course, humane slaughter of food animals. But Madam Chair, if we can consider creating also a co-division, another division for animal welfare, so that it's going to be co-equal with the other division in terms of regulation and implementation, because if it's going to be under another division, then there can be a situation where conflicts of interest or
You have a pero ang Department of Agriculture na livestock, poultry and dairy, 4 lang ang division niya. Oo, na bureau. It's livestock, then poultry, and then dairy. Oo. So hindi ka naman pwede sa dairy. Hindi ka naman pwede sa poultry. So doon ka lang talaga yung classification ng animal nyo will go sa livestock. Kasi yun lang ang 3 choice eh.
Di,
So
pero
you better choose kung saan kayo pupunta.
ma'am,
Kasi hindi naman kasi na yan eh, institutionalized na yan kasi ang Department of Agriculture, 3 lang yung niyan eh, yung division niyan eh. One is yung plants, crops, the other one is livestock, poultry and dairy, and the other one is fisheries. Oh, yan lang ang 3 division
Ma'am.
ng Department of Agriculture. Pumili na kayo kung saan nyo gusto.
ma'am, kasi ma'am, with all due respect, livestock is primarily raised for meat production. Nakalagay dyan. So examples, cattle, pig, sheep, poultry, commonly raised for their meat, while dairy cows are kept for milk production. Maybe, ma'am, we can keep the agencies or the bureaus. Baka pwedeng, kunyari livestock, no? Sabihin na lang, I don't know, idagdag na lang. Animal, pets, livestock, or livestock, dairy, ganyan, and animal pets.
Section on that.
No, but in the title itself. 'Di ba? So ano nga yung current title? Livestock, dairy, ano?
Livestock and Poultry Inspection Service. What we
Hindi.
Alin?
Hindi, dito,
Bureau of Animal Regulation and
This is
Inspection.
Animal Welfare Unit.
Hindi. Yeah, I know, ma'am. But
Ano?
the umbrella organization, ano nga yun?
Bureau of Animal
Livestock
Regulation.
and Poultry Inspection Service.
Okay, livestock and
Hindi natin livestock, poultry, and animal. Pets or pets.
pets.
Oh, how do you classify yourself? You have to classify yourself.
Okay. I understand the concern of the chairman, okay? Mahirap kasi the bureaucracy to put one. So it's just really in the titling.
Yeah.
So you think of a title that will not confuse pets as livestock, okay?
Yes.
So
Recreational animals for recreational purposes. Ayaw
No,
nyo rin
no,
yan.
it cannot be. Companion animals.
Wait. Miss
Side,
Rina,
Yes.
go ahead. What can you say?
Thank you, Honorable Chair and Madam Senator. No, I think we need to understand animal welfare is human welfare. And if you look historically in all the annual reports of Bureau of Animal Industry, not once have they
Kaya nga,
reported
we're
about
changing na
animal.
nga. You
No,
have to
I'm just
suggest.
giving the history as to, and so they've never included animal welfare ever in any of their annual reports, which means it is not a focus or priority, and that is for livestock or for companion animal across the board. It's never been reported.
But there are sections here.
Yeah,
for
but-
animal
but-
welfare.
but that-
Tatlo.
Yes, but I'm saying that the Bureau has never recognized it as an important factor if we go by how they report.
Mali.
So, the other thing that needs to be also thought out is, how are they going to be able to implement all of these things if they themselves don't understand the connections, right? Like rabies. It's on an upswing. Why is it on an upswing? They don't have funding. Yesterday, I bought 500,000 pesos worth of anti-rabies vaccines and I distributed to 3 different LGUs. Wala silang bakuna. Wala.
Will be passing the law this
Apo.
week.
Thank
That's
you.
why you phrase it as you want it and then
Opo.
we'll insert it in the law.
Okay.
Kasi
But-
kailangan may description eh.
Yeah,
Oo,
yes,
hindi
yes po.
pwede na marami tayong gusto tapos hindi natin mailagay kung paano
It's
natin
just very
i-frame.
scary to put it in the livestock and ano kasi hindi po siya. But yes, I
Saan
understand, madam.
isasama sa poultry o sa dairy? Tatlo lang ang choice eh. Kaya ako pinipili yung livestock parang hindi naman kayo under poultry and dairy. O dito na
Kung animals na lang, kung imbis na livestock poultry, lagay na lang, wala na lang yung mention nun, animal welfare na lang. Tapos, kasama doon livestock, poultry, dairy,
Yes
animals,
po,
ano,
ganon. That's a good idea po. Oo.
animal welfare in general. Para
Opo.
then may division, livestock, dairy, whatever, domestic
Companion animal.
animals, tapos gano'n.
Um,
Tapos
So,
of course,
sa-
livestock, dairy.
animal regulation and inspection, isama na lang natin sa
Opo.
O yun.
another
Sa
one.
title po.
Oo.
Oo, yun na lang.
Ang gagawin nating 4, tapos ihiwalay natin yung 3.
Opo.
Hmm.
Um,
And, oo.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, you know, have any economic models been made with regards to how, what is animal welfare? Because underneath the Rabies Act, euthanization and catching of dogs is part of that Rabies Act, right? They continue to catch animals, impound them, euthanize. And my question is, versus capon and ligation and castration, have they made an economic study as to understand, is it more expensive to do that versus just capon? Because you know,
Ah,
you get it?
yeah.
Because what happens is there are more stray animals than ever before. So we have to question the validity of this practice. So it's versus doing something just to show you're doing something. We need to question, is that still effective? Or has science now come up with a better solution to the
Tatanggalin na
problem?
natin. Pinababago ko na, Grace.
Obvious.
Pinabago na.
Oo, walang,
So you will not fall under livestock. They will create a section for animal welfare. 4. And then we had about animal welfare.
wala.
Oo.
That's how quick our colleague here makes a decision. Kaya number one. Okay, guys, this is very close to our hearts, right? So we can have naman a working, because we can't really entertain all of these different suggestions for now. You have a lot, you need to coordinate with our welfare groups. But I want to also hear from Portion Project. Can you tell me about, I follow you on Instagram and all of you actually. But it's so heartwarming, these stories and the way you present animals, you humanize them. So tell me, can I ask you, kasi I know na Miss Rina, Miss Rina, thank God, we're so blessed to have somebody like you as generous and as capable to provide that type of support, and also Miss Kuning. But in Portion Project, how much do you spend in a month?
So ma'am, we have 2 shelters, one in Bacolod and one in San Jose del Monte, Bulacan. We're close to about 1 million for a month. Because,
$1 million for 4 months?
no po, for a month,
For a
Yung,
month?
Yes.
How many dogs do you have?
over 600. Hindi po. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I think
Yeah,
what
but
you're
they don't
saying is
do it.
pound.
magawa kasi I have a local government too. Yung Bacoor and Las Piñas, I supervise them. They build a pound. And then
Yes.
kayo will work with them. Kasi nag-aantay-rabies sila pero hindi sila masyado sa ligate and
Kapon.
and
kapon.
kapon. Hindi sila. Mas anti-rabies sila. Yung local government. So we will just the national government will just work with them na additional budget yon sa local government.
Yes, ma'am, but
Oo,
may
para
I
dalawa,
just-
and then the NGO.
But,
Pero
may I
talaga,
just
the
say,
building of the pound, local government yan.
Yes.
Ayaw lang i-take ng local government yung
I know, ma'am, but-
responsibility.
the shelters and pounds are two different things po. No po, we are privately funded. Yes po, dapat. Dapat. Yes po. Dapat po talaga is under local government.
Ako na nagbayad, ayaw pa ako payagan. Oh.
Yun po,
Tingnan
but
mo ang ano nila. I think it's the lack of knowledge na importante kayo. That's why it's important na may mga NGO. Kasi you have to make them understand the problem. Kasi ako, I have two local government na binabantayan Ayaw nga ako payagan Oh, ako na nag-field Ayaw pa ako payagan ayoko na lang makipag-away Kaya nung ayaw ako payagan sa Las Piñas, doon ko sa Bacoor Pound na pinayagan ako, doon ko na dinadala yung mga taga Las Piñas. See how they do not know what their responsibility is. Kaya nga, it's for us, the NGOs, na tutulungan sila to understand kasi they don't understand. At kami, we will work hard para ilagay sa batas yung role ng national government, bibigyan namin ng budget, tapos tutulong sila. Kung hindi cooperative ang local, you can ask the national. And if cooperative naman ang
can
local,
we have a direct line, ma'am?
yeah,
Just sorry.
I work with the Philippine Veterinary Medical Association.
Thank you, ma'am. We
Oo.
are more than willing and happy
Yeah.
to cooperate and coordinate with our LGUs po. Talaga.
Matigas ang ulo.
Yes, because we want to really change the pounds if we can.
San Jose del Monte ba?
Yes po.
Are you in touch with the local government?
Yes po, we're actually in partnership with the city
Mayor
veterinary
Ropez?
office. The city vet office po, ma'am. They're the ones who do sterilization of our rescues at the shelter.
Oh, sige. You know what? They're building the San Miguel Economic Zone in Bulacan. Mag-request tayo na
Land.
meron funding for more animal shelters.
Yes, thank you.
Uy, hindi ko pinapangako yan Sasuggest ko lang kasi kami yung nag-push ng
We'll talk.
franchise nun. Thank you.
Thank you po.
Miss Nancy.
Yes, good morning, Chairman and Senator Poe. That is a good example because Cara was handed over in 2012, 190 pit bulls that were rescued from a dog fighting syndicate. Okay,
190
actually 260. But
pit bulls?
yes, okay, but many passed away. So we were handed over 190, and Cara has been looking after these 190 pit bulls, neutered, vaccinated, taken care of for more than 12 years now, all on our own money. The LGUs, the government didn't give Cara 1 centavo for this. Okay, so
How about whoever was raising those pit bulls? Have they been held accountable? No.
yes, I
Nakulong
believe
na.
3 Koreans were imprisoned and then they were deported after, I think, 2 years.
Deported?
Deported.
Why? Where are they
yes.
from?
Korea. Korea.
Oh, okay. Thank you for bringing that up. Attorney Heidi, you were going to add something else?
Yes, Madam Senator. Actually, that was the second dogfight syndicate or bust that happened. The first one was in Cavite, Silang Cavite, about 222 pit bulls as well into dog fighting syndicate at that time. And the same Koreans were the ones that also involved in the second dog fighting bust that happened a year after. I would just like to add, Madam, that in all the efforts of the NGOs, we have been working closely together with the LGUs because we know our role that we partner, we collaborate even with the national government agencies in terms of running programs. So much so like the dog meat trade program or the dog meat trade campaign. We have been running this campaign over the years, and we have also been successful in reducing the number of dogs being put into the trade cruelly. And I appreciate also the effort of the National Meat Inspection Service, BAI, the PNP, and the DILG in working with us in crafting and forming the national plan of action to eliminate the dog meat trade. But we're still in that challenge to how to make it really stop, because it's still ongoing. So thank you very much also, Madam Senator, that the dog meat trade issue is also part of the proposed measure.
Okay, Rina.
Yeah, I'd like to add, thank you so much for the kapon, the inclusion of the kapon in your bill. It is important. It's across the board kasi. It'll stop stray dogs, cruelty, etc., and dog meat trade. So as an organization in 18 months, we've done 85,000 kapons from Pagudpud all the way down to Zamboanga. In fact, even Pag-asa. So we really feel it is crucial that the LGUs get into the habit of offering free kapon. Many LGUs already do. However, we need to incentivize the LCEs to fund it some more. And I understand that the LGU level, they have many different priorities, and often the dogs is the last priority. So right now there are LGUs that have almost no rabies vaccines, and very few have the ability to do kapon. And it's mostly because there's a lack of veterinary care, and there's also the medicines are expensive. However, if we do kapon across the board, many of these problems will go away. So this is really super important.
So I know what you're talking about, the economy, the economic study. Anong mas mura, magpakapon na lang o mag-alaga na nagkasakit ng aso na napabayaan, tapos later on, if you ayan, pinakapon yung sound system. Sorry. Kasi daw masyado tayong ganado dito. Okay. Sir I mean, I hope naman hindi masayang kasi pinaghirapan na ilagay yan sa budget. Tapos si Tita Cynthia at ako at yung mga ibang nag-file, Senator Tulfo, Villanueva, Binay, we're all going to fight na masama talaga sa budget to increase it pa. But we need to make sure you know how to roll it out. That's the problem
Senator, I have a question. How does this, because every time you go to a LGU, they'll say, oh, no. When you go to a government national, they're also strapped kasi they'll say, oh, Mandanas law. So that devolve the funding into the Mandanas law. That's why BAI has no funding. To be true. Yeah, but what happens then with the
That's why- no,
Mandanas
no, no.
law?
Hindi, ganito yon. Sa Mandanas Law kasi, certain health budget, etc., basic services are devolved. But if it's specific in the budget that's mentioned, out of the generosity of the hearts of the legislators, that we will give this to the LGU, mabibigay naman sa kanila. It doesn't prevent us from adding more.
Madam Senator, so what happened to the 2007 Rabies Act where there was 100 million supposed to be budgeted for rabies? What happened to that 100 million po?
Normally kasi, even if we have a law and there's a stipulated amount, if it's unfunded, nothing happens. But let me check, because that's 2007, I wasn't here yet then, if it was actually downloaded.
And then I think it's something that's worth looking into ulit po, yung Rabies Act kasi it's 17 years na po.
Meron palang ganon, no? Sorry,
Yes
I didn't
po.
even know.
Yes po.
Rabies Act.
Yes po, 2007.
I'm still pregnant. College na nga.
Wow.
Republic Act 9482.
Okay. Yeah, we'll look into this. Now, can a lot of this kasi, ma'am, ikaw na tawag sa iba, but you have to submit to us a version of your bill. I don't know, you work among each other kasi syempre, 'di ba? May mga pintas lahat. Consolidate. I may ask Portion, Animal Kingdom, Biyaya. Look at our bill and then see which ones you don't like before we do a committee report. Kasi Tita Cynthia is like so busy. And yeah. Kasi baka sabihin ng mga ibang animal welfare groups, that's not applicable. Yung mga one-stop shop should be implemented and then whatever. Di ba, ma'am? Tignan nila yung bill. Hindi pa naman natin mapapasa before we go on adjournment, di ba? Now, our animal welfare bill with the basic tenets of what an animal welfare bill is really, parang pwedeng separate na lang yon, 'di ba? Pero kung gusto na natin ng funding ngayon, pero ma'am, we can have another bill, 'di ba? I mean, hindi doon sa funding, pero yung specifics ng ano yung animal welfare, pwedeng separate naman yon, 'di ba? So, okay. Correct. Oo, para may pera na agad. Okay, yun.
Madam Senator, maybe on your version of the bill, maybe the chapter 2 on the creation of the bureau will be not included because this was the explicit creation of a bureau and now we are putting it under that.
Okay, ma'am. Just cross out that section and tell my staff para alam na ninyo, 'di ba?
Hindi na kayo kasama
Okay
ng
na yun,
livestock.
Ma'am, magkano uli makukuha natin ng animal health and welfare? 210 million. For sure na yan. Separate from the GAA. Okay. 10 years.
The next 2 years. Oh. 210 million a year for the next 2 years.
For gagawin natin kasi medyo very active itong grupo na to. Ha? At doctor ka pala.
This is siya sa lilipat dito sa National Meat Inspection Service because the National Meat Inspection Service will become Bureau of Animal Regulation and Inspection. Diyan ililipat
So ngayon, Dr. Nones, yung best friend namin, get her number. Oo. Di ba, are you veterinarians? You know how difficult it is? Can you imagine if you're a human doctor, isa lang yung pag-aaralan mo, vets, ang daming species, di ba? So anyway, okay. That's actually a lot to be accomplished in one hearing. We get our own title, we get our own funding. Now, the next challenge is how will it be distributed and spent? That's what we have to really sit down with Dr. Nones.
In behalf of the national, regional yan. There are 17 regions in the Philippines. Hahatiin yan. Sa
Ma'am.
17 regions. So parang kung 217, mga 12 million per region. Depende siguro sa laki ng region. O, syempre, yung mas malaking region, mas malaki. Yung mas maliit na region, mas maliit.
Baka pwedeng humingi din ng may provision na an accredited animal shelter can apply also and get funding para sila mismo yung gumawa ng ano. Pwede kaya yun, ma'am? Kasi baka
Pwede
hindi
yun.
naman kaya ng local government lahat.
Oo.
Bigay po
Sa IRR na yun.
Opo, sa IRR, Madam
Pero
Chair.
bago ninyo ipasa yung IRR, pakita naman ninyo sa amin.
Yes, ma'am.
Ha?
Madam Chair, opo.
Sige. Jane? Yes, go ahead.
Hi, good morning. Speaking of budget, I just want to make sure that there is also provision for disaster relief operations for animals. I hope it's included in the law or in the IRR. Like, make sure that there is a provision for it.
Ma'am, sorry if I may. I'm the representative of Hound Haven Philippines. And since we're on the topic of disaster relief, I'd like to raise the issue about working dogs, military working dogs and contract working dogs. There is a section in the bill, I think it's section 36 po, if I'm not mistaken. But it's quite short, so I feel like we need more it needs more threshing out. We have several concerns po. One is military working dogs. So these are dogs in government service are classified as property, plant, and equipment. And this classification entails a certain technicality. When they are retired or liquidated, so to speak, by any government agency, the agency needs the express approval of the Commission on Audit. So this takes a while, probably 6 months or even more. And these dogs are very old, 8 years or older. So by the time na matapos po yung process, sometimes they only have a few years or a few months left to live after they have given us their entire lives for military service. Yes, so that's one po. And then another one is there was a circular po in 2021 by the Commission on Audit. And this mandates all government agencies to retire their canines at 8 years old. And then they must be adopted out to a private individual or any private organization. But the thing is, we've actually been receiving a lot of calls from the Philippine Aviation Security Group, as one example. They don't really have the technical know-how or the capacity to facilitate the adoption, application, and monitoring process. But the thing is, organizations like us, like most of us here, we're a very lean team of advocates and volunteers. So as much as we would like to help, and this has a nationwide scope, we need the support of the government so that we can provide the support to the agencies.
Okay. That's very detailed, and I understand because the PASG, and then we use all these dogs to do the inspections in airports to keep us safe, etc. So please look at that draft and then submit your amendments, because right now it's very general, the funding for animal health and welfare. So it will also depend on the IRR, how it will be implemented. Kasi yung 210 million for the next 10 years, hindi naman kapon lang yun, di ba? Hindi. So naka-divide yon kung ano-ano. So how are we
Pero
going to...
I would suggest, damihan nyo yung kapon and like it. Kasi that will stop the stray dogs eh. Yun na importante. Yung rabies, the local government can take care of that. Mura lang yung rabies. Ang mahal yung kapon and ligate. And that is population control. Kaya mababawasan yung stray dogs and cats.
So, Dr. Nones, maybe siguro, I don't know, 60% or 70% for kapon, and then the rest. But we need to also put for, let's say, retiring dogs and evacuating them to safety for NDRRMC. I guess, pwede na rin yung sa NDRMC, pagka dineliberate natin yung budget ng local,
National disaster.
oo, national disaster,
Pwede
doon na lang namin ilalagay. Kasi kung ilalagay natin dito, hindi naman ma-predict din yung disaster. It changes year after. Yes, Miss Toyoshima.
Yes, po, good morning. Since we're talking about disasters, I'm also part of MMDA K9 Corps. So we train our own dogs for search and rescue. So I have to agree with Hound Haven of what they do, and also we're trying to ask also po for help because wala po kaming, like, for example, training grounds for search and rescue dogs. Walang proper medication, parang support for the dogs if ever po, God forbid, maaksidente, or like mga vaccinations also. So we shell it out talaga, sariling
Yung
pera po
ginagamit
namin yun.
ng MMD, ginagamit for search, rescue, security, pero
Yes,
wala
ma'am.
silang pera para pagamot yung
It's a volunteer, yes po. We are MMDA K9 Corps, but we are the auxiliary volunteer group of MMDA. So kami
MMDA.
po ay grupo ng mga volunteers lang din po.
Walang excuse ang MMDA na hindi ipagamot ang aso nila. Ha?
Oh my God.
Ginagamit nila for security. Ang dami nilang excuse. Tawagan na lang natin si Chairman Abalos.
Oh my God.
Ba't meron yun?
Yes.
Ano. But yeah, thank you for
Thank you po.
Chairman Abalos.
Madam Senator, I would like to add, I brought Doc Sheng to Sec Abalos. Doc Sheng is the person in charge of animal welfare in Bai. And we're putting together with all the with all the LGU city veterinarians a comprehensive list for animal welfare to be included in the seal of good governance, so that we can incentivize the LCEs to be able to a carrot versus a stick, kuno. So we've sent the list to many city veterinarians. I'm just waiting for Doc Alice Utlang of Cebu and some of our colleagues in Mindanao to give us their inputs, and then we will make the comprehensive list. And I just texted Secretary, he's in Vienna. We will meet again when he comes back, and we will submit the comprehensive list to be included into the seal of good governance, because there is none for animal welfare.
All right, that will incentivize. Yeah, very good. Can you give us a copy of your criteria?
Yes po, we will.
Ayan. And baka si Ma'am mag-local go.
Madam Senator, just to add on the seal of good local government, I'm in touch with the DILG, and there's already some crafting also being done internally, because that has really been being pushed to them to include animal welfare in the SGLG. And this efforts are really very important for this to really move. Thank you so much.
In fact, going back to connections, what we said earlier, Doc Sheng was very happy. It was the first time she had received a report regarding these things last week. And she said, oh, if I didn't get to meet him, I wouldn't have it. And I believe most local city veterinarians also received. Have you received? Because report from DILG. No, I'll send it to you po. So, I'll send it to you po regarding animal welfare, and Doc Sheng was very hard. So there's a lot of gaps for communications, and this is maybe low-lying fruit that can be picked, and for easier coordination.
Makati ba? Kasi mayaman ng Makati. May pound kayo?
Yes.
Ano, have you inspected the Makati pound? Okay naman?
I just want to include, because there's no funding and there's only one Doc Sheng, there is not enough, how do you say this? People, human bodies to check to audit pounds, much less for shelters. So that is why BAI needs to be strengthened because, or now you're going to have a new thing. There has to be warm bodies to be able to go, to be able to accredit. If there's, like, I believe, Doc, may I say, you're telling me 4 years na po, you're waiting for a,
application po, pero wala po kasing pumupunta from BAI. So actually, marami ho niyan, hindi lang ho pound, pati shelter. Ultimo hong sa amin po kasi sa Makati, we ask for animal welfare accreditation for clinics, pet shops, pet hotels, lahat ho yun. But dun sila nahihirapan sa part na yun. Tapos may ease of doing business. So medyo nagtatagal po dun sa part na yun.
even for the awayos, it's only recently our good secretary gave budget so that Doc Sheng and now on board is Norman Tan to be able to do the training for awayos. So it really, I mean, how do we clone Doc Sheng and her team, right? So they really need support. And this is a very welcome thing that Senator Madam Chair is putting up a completely different setup so that manpower, we need plantilla, we need people on the ground po.
Okay. For purposes of the bill that will be taken up later, I guess hindi pa yon kasama. So we can do na lang the details of all these things. Kasi of course we want to have a safe pound and a safe animal shelter. But the reality is the Department of Agriculture does not have enough manpower to accredit and to give the permits. So zero ang ease of doing business. Napakahirap. So would you suggest na tanggalin yon, yung accreditation part? Or we need it talaga?
We really need it. We
need it because others might just put.
We-
Okay.
we
Hindi, marami
really need it.
nagagalit kasi na,
No,
pinapahirapan pa ninyo yung...
You know, there's a booklet in the DA for the guidelines as to how to do all these things. But those guidelines are like shooting yourself in the foot. It can't be done because they are guidelines patterned from first world countries. We are not a first world countries. Can we look into those guidelines, simplify them so that you can accredit? This is the thing.
Correct. Kasi if you have to go to a local Department of Agriculture office, di ba ang hirap pa nun? May, some places wala. Baka kailangan local government will be empowered to accredit. They have the guidelines. But kasi nga we're not the experts here, right? So can you please submit Attorney Heidi, Rina, Portion Project, Ms. Kuning, Ms. Puson, and Maxine, everyone. And I don't want to forget also the Cats of Ortigas, Kapon Ampon, nandiyon kayo kasi sa kabila, napapatingin ako dito eh. Stray neuter, but thank you for all the work that you do. Please
I just
submit.
want to manifest.
Yes,
no?
ma'am.
Yung bill nyo will cover local government, yung DILG, yung ganon. Ang inano ko lang dito, I made sure na meron sa DA. Oo. Pero there are many other agencies you have to cover. And one of them is the local government kasi sila talagang empowered to control eh. Hindi, it's parang law yun eh. Na the local government will control the pound and pag kailangan nilang injectionan yung mga sila lang ang empowered to do that eh.
Siguro, ma'am, what we can do, kasi parang thank you so much for at least crossing out already the funding issue, no? When we submit, now we have to revise this bill so that it's specific kung paano magpa-register na one-stop shop na mabilis lang. And we're going to ask for your help kasi if it's not feasible, di ba? Ayaw natin magpasa lang ng batas just for the sake na nakapagpasa tayo. So let's work together. Our office is, we will give you again a copy of the bill and then just cross out what you don't like and add, and then let's form a technical working group so that we can streamline it. Para we don't give that much discretion to the Department of Agriculture kasi busy rin sila eh. So kung meron ng guidelines doon, nandun na like, go to your local barangay and this is what you have to present. baka the barangay captain can go and check and then make a recommendation. I don't know. So, can you please just help? Pero ngayon, mission accomplished na tayo sa funding. 200 something million a year. Next step is how will they spend it? Okay, and then this other bill. So, I'm sorry, I kind of took over this hearing, which I'm not really supposed to be. Dr. Amurao.
Thank you. Good morning, Madam Chair and Senator Grace po. We're from the Philippine Veterinary Medical Association, and it's a professional umbrella organization of all the veterinary medical doctors in the Philippines, and all who are admitted to the veterinary medical practice become members of PVMA upon oath taking and remain members throughout their careers. No? And the roster of vets in the Philippines is around 12,000 already. But before submitting our position paper, let me thank you, Madam Chair, for mentioning the fact that the ALGU is primarily concerned with delivering these services. Unfortunately, we have to mention that there are no municipal veterinarians to implement whatever changes, positive developments we want to accomplish in the municipalities. And I think Madam Senator Grace is already considering that as part of the would-be amendments to the bill, to be able to maybe create a municipal veterinary office so that there'll be a professional who will be undertaking all of this in cooperation with the NGOs and the animal service, animal welfare enthusiasts and proponents. Also, yeah. Mhm. Mm. Yes, Your Honors. I think we will also have to thank you for opening up the democratic space to air our different opinions, because we are all passionate for the welfare of animals and also for the development of the veterinary industry as a necessary tool to achieve food security. And we have some comments with regards to the proposed bill. No? And one of them is that we want a more species-specific bill, no? With provisions not only concentrating on the small animal or companion animal practice, but also on the more important or equally important sectors of livestock and poultry, as elucidated by Madam Chair. And in connection with this, we think we should, as Senator Grace po mentioned, clarify the functions of the different agencies that are being proposed. And thank you, Madam, for allowing the animal welfare to have their own legal space, due recognition. However, we seem to notice that there are overlapping functions of the Council or Committee on Animal Welfare and this additional section in the new bill. So with the overlapping functions, then there will be a superfluous agency with additional confusion and perhaps even additional expenses.
What do you think are the overlapping functions?
Because we already have, ma'am, the Council on Animal Welfare and the Animal Welfare Group and NGOs both espousing the same. No? So we have a government agency and
ang nakalagay doon. So, paano mag-overlap?
No, I know what you're trying to say is, diba, we have this rabies law and then kung ano-ano. That's why what we're doing, sir, now, Senator Cynthia is kind enough to include already funding, but the actual bill can harmonize everything else. So we will already put all other bills pertaining to this is now deemed repealed. The following is now the setup. Local government units, responsibility,
Yes.
let's say Department of Agriculture, responsibility, ganun na po. So
Detalye.
We will have to
Yes.
amend our proposed bill.
Our thoughts exactly, Madam Senator, because we cannot afford an overlapping agency with another. And then we have this
But we will allow
yeah, of course.
yan ng local government lahat. Hindi kaya ng MMDA lahat. Hindi
Mhm.
kaya ng DILG. So everybody has a role. Ngayon, pag pinagsama-sama, maybe it's enough. Oo. Pero yung hiwa-hiwalay sila, I don't think it can be
Yeah.
done.
Yes, Madam Chair. The idea is to be able to really harmonize this, not only for efficiency of function, but also for focus on the matters on hand. And we have other comments, but in the interest of time, we would like to submit this position paper on Senate bill.
Submit all your position papers so we can use it as a basis to improve the bill. Diba?
That's great, Madam Chair.
Ma'am.
Thank you.
Excuse me po. Excuse me, ma'am, with regards to sa BAI thing regarding the clash between the COW, the Committee on Animal Welfare, and the new group that is being formed now for animal welfare, with regards to bill, I think most of the members of COW are already here. Some of them are
No.
here. Some of you, you're not there anymore.
No.
You're not part of them anymore.
If I may,
What are you talking about?
The one
Members
you're
of
mentioning about the Committee
Yeah.
on Animal Welfare under BAI.
If I may explain, Madam Chair.
Pero there's a existing one.
If I may be allowed to
Underby.
explain, Madam
It's,
Chair.
the new bureau that will do yung NMIS, di ba? Hindi kasi kayo bureau yung NMIS, no? You're just an office. Then we're turning NMIS into a bureau. Oo. Kaya we're making you a bureau, regulatory bureau.
Madam Chair, if I may be allowed to explain and expound on that. I think under the old law, RA 8485, it also created that dotted line, the Committee on Animal Welfare, which is the policy-making body, the policy-making unit, or I don't know how it's called, a committee that develops various policies and guidelines for animal welfare. Under the new bill, there's no more Committee on Animal Welfare. So there's going to be no conflict in terms of whether or not there's going to be still a Committee on Animal Welfare and the new bill, should it be passed in the future. So there's no conflict there, Doc.
Yan ang nilagay dyan.
Yes, Madam.
Because we need to.
Yes, Attorney Heidi, if I may, Madam Chair. Yes, that is now under consideration in the proposed bill. And our sentiments exactly, we should be able to also bring it to the attention of everyone, because it was not mentioned a while ago that there is an overlapping agency.
It's a proposed bill, but this one we're trying because we're passing this
Next week.
this week. So we're trying to include you here para wala na kayong problema. Kasi this is the reorganization of livestock, poultry, and dairy. This will be followed. That's why I included you there so that there will be no confusion. But your bill will be different because it's more comprehensive. It will cover local government, it will cover MMDA, it will cover provincial government, it will cover DILG. So it's different. It's more encompassing. This one is just for the Department of Agriculture. So to make sure that there is a place for you in the Department of Agriculture.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Na lang para you guys can we can start working on the details.
Thank you, Madam Senator, Madam Chair. I'm Martha Herrera Subido. I'm from Capon Ampon. We are cat community sponsors and caretakers. We're also independent rescuers and fosterers. And we believe that all over the country, all over the Philippines, there are many advocates like us who rose to the occasion and took it upon ourselves to care for the cats and dogs in our community. I'd like to make a request for the bill to include protections for community cats. We feel that the current definition of pets do not adequately define the nature of community cats, which are feral and free-roaming cats that have been neutered, vaccinated, and ear-tipped. So we'd like to request for protections in this bill that will define them separately from pets, and also to include support for advocates like us who are community cat sponsors and caretakers, but are not necessarily the pet owners of these cats that we look after in the community. And also, we are very thankful for the inclusion of Kapon, of spay and neuter, in this bill. We feel that this bill has truly addressed many of our concerns as advocates, but we would also like to request for a TNVR definition, meaning trap, neuter, vaccinate, and return, specifically for the cats in many communities, because we feel that this is really the only effective and cost-efficient way of controlling cat populations in our country and many communities. So I'd just like to take this opportunity to be heard on this as well.
Okay, thank you, Martha. Please submit your proposed amendments or position. Now, Senator Cynthia gave a good suggestion that in our separate bill, we should be able to put what an accredited shelter is, or an accredited advocate group that can avail of support and funding from the government. So dapat may checklist kung ano yung kung ilang aso meron sila, how long have they been in existence, are their permits all up to date? Kasi ayaw natin mangyari yung fertilizer fund scam. Yung nagbibigay lang ng funding, hindi naman pala napupunta sa legitimate foundation. So we're going to have to put that. So anyway, it's lunchtime. Senator Cynthia has given this for you. You can stay and have lunch and chit chat while we're waiting. So
Yeah.
Today, we shall schedule a technical working group to go into the details of the proposed bill. Thank you very much for coming and sharing your time. God bless and stay
Thank
safe.
you po. Madam Chair, but we have a video that we would just want to show, a very, very short video, just to amplify our call for the bill to be really given consideration.
yeah,
One-
you
one,
can
2
go
minutes.
ahead and play it
Yes.
while the others are eating. But I'm
Yes.
sorry, I'm a member of the Commission on Appointments. I have
Yes.
to run to our next hearing. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.